In various corners of the planet, archaeologists and researchers come across stone objects that challenge our understanding of ancient technologies. They have remarkably precise geometry, traces of workmanship that resemble marks from modern mechanical tools, and are often located in hard-to-reach places or left unfinished, as if their creation was suddenly interrupted. They are separated by thousands of kilometers and different cultures, but have something in common: an inexplicable origin and signs of high-tech processing that make one wonder, do we really know the whole truth about humanity's past? On the island of Sicily, there is a little-known but extremely mysterious place, the Cava di Cusco Quarry. Its age is estimated at approximately 2,600 years, and it is here that unfinished columns have been preserved, raising many questions among researchers and proponents of alternative history. Some of them have a perfectly smooth, cylindrical shape, which, according to the official version, were created manually with chisels and hammers. However, if you look more closely, it becomes obvious. Such geometry, precision, and symmetry resemble the work of modern mechanized tools more than the result of manual labor. On the surfaces of some columns, there are marks resembling those left by a rotary tool or a giant drill. Between the column and the rock, there is often an extraordinarily narrow and even groove visible, something extremely difficult to create using manual methods. Moreover, in classical stone processing technology, a rectangular block was first separated and then shaped to the desired form. In Cava di Cusco, on the contrary, the columns began to form directly in the rock mass, which is extremely inconvenient without appropriate tools or technology. This led many researchers to propose alternative versions. One of them is the use of a lost technology, similar to a large rotating millstone with a toothed edge, which could be turned with ropes. Another is much more radical. We might be facing traces of extraterrestrial or long-forgotten civilizations that had access to high-tech stone processing means. Similar traces of mechanical work on stone are found not only in Sicily but also in South America, Egypt, and Turkey, suggesting the existence of some global prehistoric technology about which official science still has no idea. Formal archaeology continues to insist on primitive tools and explanations. However, the more independent researchers study these objects, the more doubts arise about the classical versions. In the very heart of the Saudi Arabian desert, near the Tema oasis, stands a stone structure that makes many reconsider their views on the ancient history of humanity. It is Al-Nasla, a massive monolith perfectly split in half vertically with such precision that it seems to surpass even the capabilities of modern technology. The stone looks as if it has been cut by a laser, a smooth, straight line without any signs of cracking or natural erosion. What's even more surprising is that the two halves of the stone stand separately on thin, natural legs, perfectly balanced, as if someone deliberately placed them in that position. On one side, there is an ancient petroglyph, a sign that people knew about this structure thousands of years ago, but could not create it. Official science explains this phenomenon through natural processes: erosion, weathering, seismic cracks. However, many researchers and independent enthusiasts find these explanations insufficiently convincing. They point to the overly perfect line of the cut, which does not resemble the chaotic trace of natural forces. Instead, bold hypotheses are proposed, Could this be evidence of extraterrestrial technology? Some theorists suggest that in the distant past, Earth might have been visited by advanced civilizations that left such traces not for explanations, but as beacons or signals for future generations. Al-Nasla is one of the potential such objects. Its precision, isolation, and mysterious purpose make one think. Perhaps this is not just a stone before us, but a fragment of a global technogenic code of our planet, created not by us. In the state of Gujarat, India, near the city of Junagadh, there is a little studied archaeological structure known as the Gopi's grinding stone. It is a cylindrical stone object carved directly into the rock formation, with a distinct central hole. Its geometry is impressive. The perfectly round shape, smooth inner surface, and symmetry indicate a level of craftsmanship that is difficult to explain by the known technologies of the ancient world. Official archaeology considers the object a religious artifact associated with Indian myths. However, no specific evidence of ritual purpose has been found. At the same time, there are no scientific explanations for the technique of stone processing in such a form. Interestingly, the shape of the Gopi's millstone resembles a mechanism part. The central depression and traces similar to concentric grooves look like the result of the rotational movement of a tool with great precision. Some independent researchers compare these traces to the results of modern drilling or turning, which raises doubts about the exclusively manual method of production. The Yonaguni underwater plateau, located off the southern coast of the Japanese island of Yonaguni, has been the subject of heated scientific discussions since its discovery in 1986. At a depth of about 25 meters, a huge stone structure resembling the ruins of an ancient city was discovered. Here are terraces, flat platforms, stairs, right angles, and symmetrical elements that are very difficult to explain with regular geology. The rock is mainly sandstone and resembles a stepped pyramid or a monumental complex, as if carved from a single block. Some researchers, including Professor Masaki Kimura, believe Yonaguni to be the remnants of an ancient civilization that might have existed before the last ice age over 10,000 years ago and disappeared after a sharp rise in ocean levels. At the same time, most official geologists insist that the shape of the plateau is the result of natural processes, vertical and horizontal fissures characteristic of sedimentary rocks. But still, the number of straight lines, right angles, and signs of possible stonework raises doubts. Why did nature create such a symmetrical structure right here? Some underwater researchers even report hieroglyphic symbols, images, and stone gates. However, clear evidence supporting artificial origin has not yet been presented. So, the question remains open. Is this a unique geological formation that remarkably mimics architecture, or the ruins of a civilization we know nothing about yet? All these objects, so different in shape and origin, make us reconsider our understanding of ancient knowledge and possibilities, as some of them still lack a logical or scientifically proven explanation. That's all for today. What are your thoughts on what you've seen? We eagerly await your comments. Also, don't forget to support our channel with a like and a subscription. Thank you for watching the video. See you next time on our channel.